The Misanthrope by Molière.
How now? What is wrong?
Please leave me alone.
But please, do explain your abruptness of tone.
Please leave me, I say, and shame on your head.
At least you should hear me without turning red.
I want to turn red and refuse you my ear.
I don't understand your temper, I fear. And though we are friends, I must say at long last.
Who? I? And your friend? That's the thing of the past. Up to now, it is true. To my heart you were dear. But the trace of thy late your nature appear. Make me solemnly state that our friendship has ceased. From a tainted attachment you see me released.
I am then, Alceste, to blame in your eyes.
All standards of honor your conduct defies. For what have you done, no excuse can be found. For remorse you should weep, and your tears stain the ground. I see how you greet like a dear, long lost friend. A man on whose very word you attend, you flatter and banter and put him at ease, and you give to his hand the most violent squeeze. And when I inquire, who is he? For shame! You hardly so much remember his name. As he leaves, your tender affections depart. His back turned, your remarks strike a chill to the heart. Just heavens! What cowardly infamous role to degrade and betray thus one's innermost soul. And if, inadvertent, I had done the same, I would hang myself straight and blot out my name.
Myself, I don't think the offense merits hanging, and respectfully hope, despite your haranguing, that a merciful judge, you will grant a delay and let me stay clear of the noose, if I may.
Your irony, sir, is badly misplaced.
How should I repair, then, my lapses of taste?
Be sincere. By a strict of code of honor abide. Let in all that you say your heart be your guide.
When someone accosts me in glad-handed ease, I have to repay him in kind. If you please, respond as seems best to his jovial tirade, and pay compliments back for each compliment paid.
No, no! I won't stand for this cowardly way that with people of your persuasion bears sway, and I hate from the heart the false front of you describe, the hollow rôtis of a frivolous tribe, the cordial conveyors of untruths that flatter, obligate dispensers of valueless chatter, who harmly converse while the heart remains cool, and treat thus alike the savage and the fool. What boosts it if people receive me with zeal, and tenderly talk of the friendship they feel, and commend the way I talk and behave, and then do the same for an errant knave? No, no, and no! Such a prostitute smile will never a true man of honor beguile. Our friendship turns cheap if we ever intend to cherish the world at our largest or friend. Esteem must select from the common run, esteem for all, esteem for none. And since you adopt this vice of our age, my affections from you I must disengage. I refuse the promised warmth of a soul that denies to merit its central role. To accept wholesale friendship I firmly decline. Who befriends one and all is no friend of mine.
But the world expects that we give to our acts the civil exterior that custom exacts.
No, no! We should chastise, upon its detection, with merciless rigor, all bogus affection. We should speak man to man, and strive to reveal, in the words we pronounce, the convictions we feel. The heart should never be heard. In no case should empty phrases our feelings debase.
But to practice strict condor, you'll have to agree, would quite often be foolish and painful to see. And at times, whatever strict honor requires, we must mask the emotions the world inspires. Now, would it be fitting or make people like us to let one and all know just how they strike us? And if people merit dislike or disgrace, Should we tell them so openly, straight to the face?
Yes, indeed.
You would want me to tell Colette at her age she is foolish to play the coquet? That her makeup is shocking beyond belief?
That's right.
I would plunge Wayne Jacques into grief and call his accounts, all heard before, of his family's glory, a crushing bore.
Just so,
But surely you jest.
I do not. I refuse to spare the fool and the sot. Eyes are offended. The court and the town are too full of sights that compel me to frown. My mood turns to black, and my anger mounts, to hear of men's actions to daily accounts. I find vile flattery ever in season, injustice, deceit, selfishness, treason. I quiver with rage, and feel strongly inclined to challenge to battle all humankind.
Your high indignation is somewhat naive, and I smile to see you thus chafe and grieve. The world for you will not change its way, and since you believe in frankness today, I'll be frank myself. And thus, have you know, you amuse those you meet wherever you go, and your fiery anger at custom's mild yoke has made you the butt of many a joke.
Of that I am glad. That tribute I treasure. It's a very good sign, and gives me a great pleasure. The men of our times are so vile to my eyes that I would be disturbed if they thought me wise.
Your displeasure at human nature is great,
I've developed for it a terrible hate.
and all poor mortals of every station most equally share in this condemnation. But you surely admit there are those who call.
I make no exception. I hate them all, for some are actively bad and do wrong, and the others are still suffer this poisonous wrong, and treat them with none of the vigorous scorn that vice should inspire in the virtuous born. Such tolerance of the most vicious sort extends to the scoundrel I battle in court. Behind his mask the traitor shines true, and everyone knows what the rascal can do. His obscurious manner, so cleverly contrived, deceives only to those who have newly arrived. It is known that his crook, who to hell should be hurled, through sleazy employment move up in the world, that his fortune, now grown so tall and so lush, causes merit to groan and virtue to blush. Whatever opprobrious name he is called, hardly anyone seems by his presence appalled. Called him criminal, coward, rogue, and thief, and no one will register disbelief. Yet his leer is welcome without dismay. Into every circle he worms his way. The reward that should be some honest man's prize, through intrigue he will snatch from under his eyes. God help and protect us. I'm hurt to the quick when people condone and shady and slick, and at times the desire for being alone makes me yearn for a desert where man isn't known.
Oh dear, let us cease to mourn the world's plight and see human nature in friendlier light. As the rigorous critic its working dissects, let him make some allowance for venial defects. A flexible virtue is what the world needs. Strict wisdom too often due measure exceeds. Good sense shuns extravagance even in honor, and bids us love virtue, not dote upon her. A code so austere and unforgiving is at odds with the mores of modern living. It asks too much of mere mortal.